Good afternoon. My firm and I have prepared a short presentation to give yourself a brief indication of what zero carbon is and why it is essential, as well as what our ideas are, which we think should be incorporated into the design of the Centre for Northeast Studies and Culture. So, what is meant by zero carbon, and can we really define it as zero carbon? The term zero carbon describes an activity where no carbon was produced in the first place. It is therefore impossible to achieve this as the world currently stands. In order to construct such a project, it is essential for machinery work, transportation, etc. to be used. All these matters involve exposing carbon around the Earth. A more accurate definition would be net zero carbon. It means cutting greenhouse gas emissions, especially carbon dioxide, to as close to zero as possible. This involves any action that removes as much carbon in the atmosphere as is put into it. Net zero carbon can be split into two headings in the building industry, which are construction and operational energy. Construction net zero carbon essentially is when the amount of carbon emissions associated with a building's product and construction stages up to practical completion is zero or negative, through the use of offsets or the net export of on-site renewable energy. Whereas operational energy, net zero carbon, essentially is when the amount of carbon associated with the building's operational energy on an annual basis is zero or negative. A net zero carbon building is highly energy efficient and powered from on-site and/or off-site renewable energy sources, with any remaining carbon balance offset. So why do we need zero carbon? Why is it essential to introduce net zero carbon? Well, first of all, it's due to climate change. Over 190 nations signed up to the historic Paris Agreement on climate change in December to limit global temperature rise to below 2 degrees Celsius. Nationally, the UK's Climate Change Act of 2008 requires by law that we reduce carbon emissions by 80% by 2050. Second of all, it's fuel poverty. There are 4.5 million households in fuel poverty in the UK, meaning they must spend more than 10% of their income on keeping their home at a comfortable temperature. These temperatures are defined as 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. There are three relevant factors: energy efficiency of the home, energy cost, and household income. As 96% of fuel-poor homes are poorly insulated, energy efficiency is clearly an area that can make a big difference. I hope this information was useful for you and it gave a clear understanding in regards to zero carbon. Now I shall present to you our vision towards the museum's net zero carbon design strategy. These low carbon strategies will be applied to the project to achieve the goals of net zero carbon. First of all, the design will incorporate a simple shape in order to eliminate the excess of thermal bridging. Second of all, the structure itself will utilize the use of timber to minimize the carbon footprint. Glulam supporting columns and beams will be used to erect the main frame, along with insulated cross-laminated timber panels used for the floor and walls. Externally, timber cladding will also be incorporated into the design, not just because it is environmentally friendly, but due to the fact that it is genetically designed to withstand a great deal of changeable conditions and impacts. Also, off-site prefabrication will also be utilized to the maximum extent possible as it's an energy efficient and sustainable option. Prefabrication will also ensure we have consistent quality. Photovoltaic panels located on the roof will provide enough energy to utilize within the building, creating a net zero carbon footpath, along with solar panels which will be used to heat the water. Thank you for listening.